threat of industrial action looms over Grenada's public schools. And in sport, West Indies lose the opening match of the T20 series against India. I'm Mikhail Roberts, and this is Caribbean in 10 for Monday, November 5th. I'll be back with the details after the break.
The magic fan, cause I want to get to that the magic one that me ya tell you say ya instant. I'm from Margaret Road, Yorton, St. Catherine. Currently live in Maxfield, Fitzgerald Avenue, you know. I've been doing music like for 15 years now, but really developed the passion for music in high school while attending St. Catherine. You know, from there, so I take it, go to studio and recording song. First official recording of it.
We didn't know that we would be doing this again, you know, but look, we are here. And you can never tell where we go from here, you know, but we open for anything, touring, recording, whatever may come, you know, because Bouyon is in our blood. That is what we do, and we have a responsibility to represent Bouyon music in a big way.
The Grenada government today urged teachers not to proceed with planned industrial action that would disrupt classes 2 days this week. The Grenada Union of Teachers announced last week that its members will be off the job today and Wednesday to rest and contemplate on government's 2% offer for pension and gratuity upon retirement. But Education Minister Emmeline Pearce said she expects all teachers in the public service to report to work as usual on those 2 days. She said in a statement that the ministry is not aware of any provisions in the collective agreement between the government and the union, nor in law for a directive not to report to work to be given to government teachers. Now, Minister Pearce reminded teachers of their obligation to the nation's children and stressed that appropriate procedures are laid down in the collective agreement and in law if the union wants to undertake action in case of an industrial relations dispute. The union is demanding a 25% gratuity and pension, while the Keith Mitchell government said it can only afford a 2% increase. Now, it said that the talks with the government on the issue broke down since October 3rd, and the non-response from government can only be interpreted as saying it doesn't care. Still in Grenada, the Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Mitchell, is urging voters to ignore what he calls false and misleading statements about the upcoming referendum on the Caribbean Court of Justice, the CCJ. In less than 24 hours, Grenadians will go to the polls to vote on whether to keep the Privy Council as the country's final appeal court or to accede to the CCJ. Recent postings on social media from people opposed to the vote claim the referendum is aimed at making widespread amendments to the Grenada Constitution. Mitchell denies the assertion.
It is rather unfortunate, therefore, that as we approach this crucial milestone in our history as a nation, the gravity of the moment is being distorted with misinformation, particularly on social media. I urge all of you citizens not to be swayed by rumors that are intended to sow confusion and doubt.
The main opposition National Democratic Congress, which initially supported the move, is now urging the population to vote no tomorrow, with the party's interim leader, Joseph Andal, saying the new position has been taken because members were dissatisfied with the process. But in a radio and television broadcast on the weekend, Prime Minister Mitchell said the issue goes beyond the current generation and transcends political, social and religious alliances.
By joining the CCJ, we'll also get the opportunity to fix some of the problems that have been identified in the lower courts. After generations of being associated with the Privy Council, none of these problems have been addressed. What we have now is a golden opportunity to bring about real change.
Lawmen in Barbados are reporting that 2 Haitian nationals who escaped custody over the weekend have been recaptured, but they have given no details about how they came to be back in custody. Now, over the weekend, police reported that 23-year-old Frandy Calixte and 50-year-old Daniel Mova arrived in Copa Airlines last Friday evening and were refused entry along with 11 other Haitians. They were being kept in custody at an undisclosed location to await their flight out of the island. But when a security check was made around 1:50 a.m. on Saturday, the two men were discovered missing. Police did not say exactly when or where the Haitians were found. Meantime, over in Guyana, the second of three prisoners who escaped from the Lucinan holding bay last month is now back in police custody. Officials say Dexroy Pollard was recaptured by public-spirited citizens on the west bank of Demerara. Travis Chase of HGP Nightly News has the details.
Residents told police that Pollard wore a disguise, but because he was a stranger to the neighborhood, he was held by the residents. Murder-accused Travis Evans of Seafield Sapphire was the first to be recaptured. He was nabbed by police at the Linden-Soesdijk Junction on October 19. Sadish Dayal, 23, who was remanded for break-and-enter and larceny and escape from custody, remains on the run. Kobina Stevens and Paul Goraya, who escaped from the Camp Street prison and the Luzignan prison over a year now, remain on the run also.
And stay with us, your Midday Sport is next. Cricket tops our midday sportscast. The lack of runs courtesy another batting implosion proved West Indies' downfall as they slipped to a 5-wicket defeat to India in the opening T20 international yesterday. Now defending an inadequate 109 at Eden Gardens, West Indies were in the contest after reducing the host to 45 for 4 in the 8th over as debutant fast bowler O'Shane Thomas produced a fiery spell to unsettle the top order. All-rounder Fabian Allen on debut top scored with 27 from 20 deliveries and was the only one to pass 20. But India steadied themselves through a 5th-wicket partnership between Dinesh Karthik and Manish Pandey to get over the line with 13 balls remaining and extending West Indies' misery on tour. Karthik top scored with an unbeaten 31 of 34 deliveries, while debutant Krunal Pandey chipped in with 21 not out of 9 balls, delivering India's 12th victory in their last 15 T20 internationals for a 1-0 lead in the 3-match series. The 21-year-old Thomas, who made his international debut in the just concluded one-day series, shone brightly with 2 for 21 and 4 deliveries, which included dot balls, while skipper Carlos Brathwaite was outstanding with 2 for 11 from his 4 overs. And Pakistan's skipper Javera Khan says she is thrilled with the focus of her squad after they trounced South Africa by 90 runs in Saturday in the first official ICC warm-up match preparation for next week's Women's T20 World Cup. We'll get more of that story in our major newscast at 6:30. That's Caribbean in 10. Good afternoon.